Joining us from London now is our Sky News UK reporter, Jenny Longdon. Of course, it's not only Australia that is well into the New Year's celebrations, but a little bit earlier in the day there. What's the mood like and what is planned for later today?
That's right, still plenty of time to go, but here in the UK, New Year is a huge celebration. Today, 10,000 people have bought tickets to go along to London's spectacular fireworks event on the River Thames, and around 12,000 fireworks are expected to be set off when the clock strikes at midnight. Some of those will be set off from the London Eye, the big wheel on the River Thames that's usually open for visitors to go and get a good view over London. The rest of them will be set off from barges on the River Thames itself. So usually an absolutely spectacular event, very traditional. This year is expected to be no different, but also elsewhere in the UK, of course, up in Scotland, Edinburgh has its famous Hogmanay celebrations. They actually kicked off a bit earlier. Last night there was a huge torchlit procession through the streets of Edinburgh as people followed the pipes and drums bands and then formed a huge symbol of two people holding hands to represent friendship. And then of course tonight there will be Edinburgh's famous massive street party across about 12 streets in the city centre, which is always a fantastic event, draws in huge crowds.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. It sounds very different to the way we do it over here in Australia, to our barbecue and our fireworks, but nevertheless it does sound like it's going to be an awesome night there. How did this year's official celebrations differ from previous years?
Well, as I said, usually it's very traditional events here in the UK. Of course, in London, those big firework displays happen each year, but this year in particular there might be a slightly different theme. It's expected there might be a nod towards football, obviously hugely popular here in London. The Euro 2020 games coming up in, next year, of course, are likely to be celebrated in some way during the fireworks display, something that Sadiq Khan, the London mayor, has mentioned. He said that obviously football, hugely exciting, hugely linked to London, and something to perhaps look out for this evening.
Now, Jenny, one of the things we do have to touch on here is, of course, the security situation. We know that there have been a number of attacks over there in the recent years. Have things been ramped up since the London Bridge attacks?
Well, there's always a huge number of police officers out on the streets in London on New Year's Eve, obviously. Huge amounts of security along the river to keep people safe. And again, this year, no different. The Met Police, the Metropolitan Police Force in London, have said they will be sending out extra officers into the centre and also across the rest of London. They will be making sure people are safe. This year, people have to have a ticket to get anywhere near the city centre. Anyone without one will be sent away. And also it comes with some extra added information online. People have been told not to turn up with a backpack or a suitcase, or they will not be allowed in the venue area where those fireworks will be set off. And also, of course, road closures come into place slightly later today in the early afternoon, and that will stop people from being able to travel very easily in and out of London.
OK, well, I hope that it all goes according to plan over there, and I'm sure it'll be a spectacular night. Thanks for the update there, Jenny.